Hi, my name is Theo Bennett. I am the Analytics Evangelist here at MoreVisibility, and here to answer this month's Ask the Expert question, which is centered around the topic of upgrading to the newest version of Google Analytics. If you didn't know, there is a new version of the tracking code that goes on your website. It's referred to as the global tag, or we call it gtag.js. And there's still a lot of questions on whether you should upgrade to this new version of the tracking code that collects data on your website. And normally the answer is absolutely, you want the latest and greatest technology. However, in this case, I caution most users of Google Analytics to move to this new version of the code. And to really understand why, I want to take a minute and talk about how this version of Analytics works and contrast it to another program within the ecosystem of analytics and tag management, and that's Google Tag Manager. Today, really, in our opinion, the best way to deploy Google Analytics on your website is by using Google Tag Manager. Now, gtag.js, or the global tag, is actually a simplified version of Google Tag Manager, and it's really ideal for new advertisers, new small businesses that maybe don't have a lot of tech resources, that are starting in Google AdWords and Google Analytics. Because you can deploy your Google AdWords tracking and your Google Analytics via one tag, this global tag, gtag.js, on your website. However, that's all you can do. And this new version, gtag.js, also does not allow some customization that you can do with the previous version of tracking, which is known as Universal Analytics. Advanced features like getting your client ID and capturing things like that, and using other libraries to interact with analytics.js. You can't do that in gtag. So it's a very limited implementation that gives you limited tracking within Google Analytics and Google AdWords. Now, if you were instead to put in the full version of Google Tag Manager, you can easily deploy Google Analytics, Google AdWords tracking, Bing tracking, Facebook tracking, and anything else basically that you need to inject in your site to track and measure advertising. So for those reasons, really at this point, in our opinion, the best thing to do today is to still deploy Google Tag Manager on your site. Now, if you have an earlier legacy version of analytics on your site, then you would want to go with that Google Tag Manager solution and get all your tags in one place, make it much easier, much more agile for marketers moving forward to get tags on your site and measure exactly what you're doing. So the answer to the question is really, for most advertisers, you want to not upgrade and you want to stick with Google Tag Manager as the way to deploy analytics tracking on your website. If you have any questions about this or any other analytics related topics, you can reach us at info@morevisibility.com.